Hey guys, welcome to another fun-filled episode of One Shot Reviews. I'm Chris Long, and with me, as always, is
Lawrence Edmondson. What up, guys? What
hell
up?
yeah, hell yeah. Merry almost Christmas slash probably in the middle of other holidays. Dude, I'm so bad. I don't know what the other holidays and I know there's Hanukkah, and that's it. I don't know what else happens in December.
Not a holiday person,
I'm
so I
awful. My holiday is Halloween, so Halloween and Day of the Dead. That's what I do.
you said outside of that,
Outside of
I
that,
don't
I don't
keep
give a shit.
it.
Christmas is just another day for me. Oh man. But yeah, let's do the intro of we are still on Twitter, I think. They haven't taken us down yet. At
Nah,
reviews shot. And we're also on Gmail, one shot reviews pod at gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram at underscore one shot reviews. And as always, we're on YouTube and Spotify under one shot reviews. So go over there, give us a like and comment. What's your favorite holiday? Let Lawrence know. He wants to know. Lawrence, what's your favorite holiday?
see, at first I thought you were asking me that, and then I was like, "Damn, he's asking me to not give two shits about me." But then
But
you
then,
asked me what my favorite holiday was, Christian. I got so happy. It's like, um, what's my favorite holiday? It's a good fucking question, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you.
you don't fuck
I'm
with
not even
holidays. You don't care.
not a huge. It's not I don't fuck with holidays. It's just I see them as word. This was the day we got off school. That's what I. That's what I. That's the type of holiday person I am. Like I could, like they cool, like cool.
See,
I
for
fuck with
me
them.
now it's like word. I got time off from work and they still paid me. Hell yeah.
See, that's basically the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
When
the
you
same
go from
thing.
when you're a kid, you're in school, you grow up, you have
Right.
work. The holidays where you get those off, those are the best ones to me. That's how I
Facts.
look at it.
And
But
that's why
um,
July 4th sucked this year because it was on a Saturday. God damn.
you said I already got that day off. That shit
No,
don't count.
I work Saturdays. Fuck me. It would have been
Um,
nice if it was like a Wednesday or something.
right. I don't know. My favorite holiday is probably is I don't know in between. I think it probably is Christmas.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I think so. I
There you
think
go.
so.
Nice. Yeah, mine's Halloween. I get all that leftover candy because no one ever goes to my parents' house, but they still think they're
Ooh,
gonna get 800 kids, but they never do. They get no one. So they buy like 80 pounds of candy for no reason. Then I swoop in the next day and I get free candy. So there you go.
no, that's
Then I love
actually
horror movies.
that's
So
very
it's
valid. Ooh, that's very
a month
valid
of
too.
horror movies and no one can yell at me for it. I love it. It's great.
That's very valid too. Yo, we
What's up?
should do a Netflix party one day. All of
I'm
us, like
down.
me and everyone, and we should watch like a scary movie. We should just watch something because there's
I'll
Netflix party. There's
I'll
2-7. There's Scener. There are mad different ways to watch to
the,
stream
the
like
next
the.
time Netflix uploads like a AAA horror movie, that's
I
what we do.
agree. I
The
agree.
next
Let's
one,
let's let's let it be like a good one, like a
right?
decent, not like
Not
some shitty.
like
I agree.
I love my shitty B horror movies because they're fucking
I
fantastic.
you would
But
you seem like the guy who
there's
would
no
like.
way we could have a Netflix party with that because we'd all just be talking shit and laughing the whole time. Wouldn't be paying
Yeah,
attention.
like it does sound like a lot of fun though.
No, but
Not
the
gonna lie.
next AAA horror movie that pops up that Netflix gets, we'll do that. Hell yeah, I'm
Let's.
down.
I'm I'm 100% down. So one thing, Chris,
What's
a
up?
friend of mine told me.
Ooh.
I told them about our podcast and they watched it.
Mm-hmm.
They saw
Uh oh.
your Naruto skate deck and
Which
they
one?
went and looked.
Which one I got? I
Uh,
got one and two. That one's Itachi. You mean this one?
uh,
Wait.
they probably
They
talking
probably
about the
meant this
Naruto.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, all right, now I gotta tell Chris because yes,
It's a
yeah,
six skate
I
deck.
get
Look
it.
at it. It's
Yeah,
nasty.
nah, it's but yeah, nah, I just wanted to let you know that someone
Hell
I
yeah.
talked to today, they were like, oh yeah, yeah, your friend his skate things are really cool. So
Hey,
like, I looked it up on Amazon. Da, 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 da. I'm like,
that's what's
yeah,
up.
he does the skate decks. Yeah, but
So hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
yeah, yo. So last week I forgot to mention in anime news, guys, that I think I forgot to mention that Funimation bought Crunchyroll for 1.5
Yeah,
billion.
yeah, they did.
Uh,
Holy shit.
So guys, I don't know if that mean so see this is the only thing. It's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. That's awesome.
Let's find
I
out.
don't know if that means the selection that's going to be on Crunchyroll now is going to change of what you can watch because I know Funimation, you can watch anime on Funimation,
Right.
but some animes are like you need a paid account. I went to watch something one time and I found out it was on Funimation and I couldn't watch it just normally. I don't fully remember what it was, but I think something like that happened where I was like, "Oh, let me watch it. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's not on Crunchyroll. It's on Funimation. Funimation has things that Crunchyroll doesn't, like Assassination Classroom.
Wait, so who bought Crunchyroll again? Was it Funimation?
Funimation did.
Got it.
Um, so yeah, just out there a
Uh,
little bit of tidbit of anime news. We all know that
ooh.
Attack on Titan, the final season is out. I think the third episode comes out today or tomorrow. So you guys can check for that. But yeah, those are just two anime news things that I forgot to mention last week, guys. Sorry about that.
God, I'm reading this. I'm reading this news. I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're talking about. What the what?
Have I been while Chris is
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
that,
Lawrence, you
what have I been watching anything?
I
I
don't know.
haven't
You tell me, dog. Have you?
finished. I said I was gonna I said I was gonna uh, watch a couple more episodes of Akame Got Killed, and I haven't. But there was also something else. Damn, I be forgetting like a motherfucker.
All right, so I kind of figured out what this means. So I guess Crunchyroll and Funimation, what their partnership before being bought out, um, sharing anime between users, but it looks like just a bunch of shows that were on Crunchyroll are no longer going to be on Crunchyroll. They're only going to be on Funimation. But I don't know what that really means for. I don't know what it means because Funimation owns Crunchyroll, so you would think that if you have Crunchyroll, soon you'll be able to have Funimation also, or they'll just merge with each other. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know, but I guess here's the top 20 series exiting Crunchyroll on November 9th, which, it's been. We're right on the money, baby. Assassination Classroom, Overlord, Yu Yu Hakusho, Noragami, blah, blah, blah. There's a bunch of them.
Wait, would you say the top 20 what?
There's a top 20 list of series leaving Crunchyroll, and I guess now you can only find them on Funimation, and then. But there's a shit ton of new ones coming to Crunchyroll. I don't know. It's weird. It's a whole it's a whole mesh of everything that you could find on both of them. Now you can only find on one or the other,
On
which
one or the
makes
other.
no
Like,
goddamn sense since they're technically now under the same conglomerate of Sony. I have a feeling Sony's just gonna like cancel both of them and make a new one that just has all of that shit under one thing. You know what I mean?
okay. I think that would take longer than
It would take longer,
it
but
sounds.
it would make it would make it ease of mind knowing I don't have to have two different subscriptions. I can just have one and find all the shit.
Uh-huh.
And two, I feel like you're not like me now, and you're confused shitless on wait. So who the fuck has what, and what's leaving
Right.
what, and where's going where?
Right.
Fucking damn it, Sony! Why do you
But
have to
we'll
pull a
find out.
Disney and buy everything?
Fact.
Disney, just buy the world. Disney, just make
Facts. Disney
just
fucking owns
Disney, just
everything.
own the world, please. Make it easy. Oh man! But speaking of owning the world, let's talk about Gintama, baby. Woo!
About it.
So this week we did the 200th and 201st episode of Gintama. Gintama is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Hideaki Sorachi. The show ran from April 4th, 2006 to October 7th, 2018. Ooh. With two animated films, a third coming in 2021, and two live action films. The show has 367 episodes and 6 OVAs. The summary is set in Edo, which has been conquered by aliens named Amanto. The plot follows life from the point of view samurai Gintoki Sakata, who works as a freelancer alongside his friends Shinpachi Shimura and Kagura in order to pay the monthly rent. The genres are action, comedy, science fiction, historical, parody, samurai, shonen. And the show uses a plethora of openings and endings, but my personal favorites are Prey by Tommy Heavenly Six, Togenkyu Alien by Serial TV Drama, Versus by Blue and Count, and Dante by Does. Other notes include Japan. Gintama manga has been popular with over 55 million copies in print, making it one of the best-selling manga series ever. Ooh. The anime and its DVDs have been featured at various times in top 10 rankings of their respective media, while TV Tokyo has announced that the first Gintama anime was responsible for high sales overseas, along with the anime adaptation from Naruto. So there you go. Isn't that exciting? Woo.
Okay, so Chris,
what's up? What's up, homie?
We even get into this, let our viewers know what you've said to me about what is Gintama before we even start, so that they even get an idea,
time, Lawrence. That's what it is.
Of how this even goes, or what we're talking about.
Imagine Deadpool, right? Fourth wall breaking. He knows he's a comic book character. He just does whatever the hell he wants. He has a mission, but along the way he's going to crack jokes, reference popular media, popular, things in the world. He's going to he's going to address you, the audience, because he knows you're there. He knows he's a character and what he does doesn't fucking matter, so he's just doing whatever the hell he wants. That's Gintama, but it's set in the Edo period, so imagine I forget exactly when the Edo period was. I think it's like the 1600s or the 1400s, something like that. Imagine samurais and those cool old wooden structures that Japan used to have and everything. Well, they still have them, but everywhere instead of modern day stuff. So imagine that time period, but there's also aliens, so there's also skyscrapers and fucking ships flying around and 8,000 different types of aliens running around. It's about 3 people who own a freelance company and just take on different odd jobs and do the same thing as Deadpool does. It's pretty funny.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's it has my favorite opening of all time. One of the openings happens, it goes through the whole opening, and at the very end of the opening he's on his scooter that he rides around. And he's supposed to do a jump, land in front of the door of his building, spin around. The girl that's in their group has a giant alien dog she rides. The dog's supposed to jump, and they're supposed to sit there and do a pose. But they fuck it up in the intro and they crash into each other and the scooter catches fire and everyone's laying on their face and there's explosions and shit. And the song ends and then it cuts back to them. And they're just like, how the fuck did you fuck this opening up? We do the same thing. He's like, what do you want from me? We've done this 23 times in a row. There's bound to be a mistake at some point. And then someone else is like, I thought we just used the same shit every week. He's like, don't fucking tell them that we do a new one every week. Don't tell them that. They need to know that we do this, that we pretend to do the same shit every week. So it's pretty funny that they're super self-aware and stuff. And he's like, cut to a commercial. Don't show them this. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So the show's very self-aware and it's full of a shit ton of jokes. Even in today's episode, did you see the joke that he made towards Frieza? How he was just like...
Yeah, it's mad disappointing. He was like, but it was... What's the word he used? It was
underwhelming because he's talking about Santa and he's just like, oh, this old guy's Santa? That's just like when Frieza... How it's so underwhelming. Wow, he gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Then all of a sudden, little tiny
final
dude.
form.
Yeah. He's just like, what the hell is this? This is underwhelming, disappointing. Oh man, it was so funny.
Yeah, I did in the first 15 seconds. I did laugh. The very first 15 seconds, I did laugh when the girl is the one who's talking about Santa Claus, is Santa Claus real, that I never get presents,
right.
Where she's explaining what she heard she needs to do in order to passively let someone know you
Right.
want a gift.
Right.
That was kind of funny. Like, don't ever say you want the gift. Just sit next to them with a toy catalog magazine
Right.
inside. Like, it's mad fun. Like that, I chuckled. I was like, okay.
And then of course the Christmas present she gets is just all the ads that she's been looking at. And he's just like, I got you all the ads you've been looking at as a present.
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
Because he noticed that he caught on to all the signs. He's like, oh shit, he's looking at that. She's looking at that. All right, cool. I'll get her that. And then he just gets all the ads in like a little book. And he's like, here you go. All the ads you've been looking at. Merry Christmas. Oh my god. But like we're talking about, we're not actually starting on episode 1, everyone. We're starting on episode 200. Because those are the Christmas episodes. Episode 200 and 201. Hell yeah. What'd you think, Lawrence? Other than chuckling in the first 15 minutes, what were your thoughts of the episodes today?
I can definitely see like why this is a comedy.
Right.
The facial expressions, like, so an example was when the two Santas crashed their dinner at the same time,
Right.
and her face just gets more like,
and
then like her
she's
eyes,
not
I'm
like she's not surprised. She's all like, what the fuck?
She's like, and we're like, what's going on? Like,
because it's only one Santa's point of view the whole time, and he's just like, oh yeah, it surprised her, and that Santa's actually her dad, and he's just like, oh wait, her face is all, why is her face doing that? Why is she all and then he looks to the side and there's another Santa standing next to him. He's just like,
exactly,
oh, son of a bitch.
Exactly. But yeah, like, so, like, I mean, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I'm not huge on like comedies and stuff.
Right.
So the fact that like that this did like make me like chuckle very early on, and like some of the things in here, I was like, oh, okay, that's a good thing. Like, this reminds me, I was trying to think about what show this reminds me of. And the reason why this reminded me of another show was because is this rated mature? It's not rated mature.
I don't think so. It might be. Let me double check.
I don't think it's rated.
Let's find
mature.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, they don't have that here. Well, I don't think it's rated mature. But it has like mature undertones, and that reminded me of, and I'm trying to think like which show. It reminded me of some show off of Adult Swim, because Adult Swim had like Aqua Teen Hunger Force as an example. Like, it's not rated mature,
right?
But it has like mature undertones. There was like mild fan service, but it was super mild. But like,
it says TV 14.
Yeah.
It's more of like,
that's Adult Swim.
Hold on. If you look at this thing, it's say the viewership is mostly people that are over 20.
See, that's the thing. It's not rated mature, but there was some content in there like, okay.
Oh, there was a lot of content in there that you're like,
it was the chick who likes Gin.
Right.
She had it was her Santa Claus story time, and so she chose the boy, and she goes to see him, and then like the other girl walks in, kicks her into a wall. Then all of a sudden, there's mad sticky stuff everywhere. That was mad funny.
It's funny because that scene is referencing a show called To Love Ru, which is about an alien falls from the sky and doesn't become like a sex slave, but like they end up falling in love, and then like his stepsister is also someone that loves him, and there's a bunch of other aliens that love him and shit. So the whole thing of like you hear like a terrifying scream, and then she fucking takes out a wall, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm here to serve you, master." Blah blah blah. Like fuck your step. Oh, and she's like, "Oh, you must be the stepsister that's fully in love with him." She's like, "I'm his actual sister, you idiot. What's wrong with you?"
Oh,
and then
so
they
that
get
was a
covered.
reference.
Yeah. So almost everything in this show is every joke they make is a reference to something somewhere. So if you know, I don't know if you noticed it while you're watching it, they have like up at the top, there would be like, no, blah, blah, blah is this. No, blah, blah, blah is this. Like whenever they reference something.
I did not notice that.
I did not know. Did you watch it dub or subbed?
Subbed.
Subbed? Yeah. So yeah, in the sub it had every now and then it would be like, they'd make a reference to like some person. They'd be like, no, so-and-so sings a Christmas song a lot for the commercials in Japan. Blah, blah, blah. Like shit like that. So
okay,
yeah, I think the first scene was making fun of. I forget what it is, but there is a movie that's kind of like that where like a girl has a wish to like see her dad on Christmas, but he dies. Blah blah blah. So that was making fun of it. The second one was making fun of that Charles Dickens book. I forget which one.
So it's like South Park.
Yeah. Pretty. This is the
all
South Park
the
of
shows
anime.
that make fun of. Okay.
Yeah,
See,
this is the South Park of anime. There you go.
Okay.
Not as raunchy though. There is some raunchy stuff, but not as raunchy as South Park. Mm-hmm. Oh man.
But yeah. But yeah. What did you think? What did you think?
Oh fucking! I love Gintama, man. It's such a good. I know it didn't really explain the people, but Gintama is the silver-haired dude. Kagura's the redhead girl. She's an alien, by the way. And then Shinpachi is the boy with the glasses that had like the white shirt and like the blue. I don't want to say dress, but like I forget what they call it in Japanese, but it's like what you swordsmen would wear when they're practicing. I forget what they call that. Those are like the three people, the main people, and then like you have the sister. I forget what her name is. Then like the dude that was sitting at them at the table or they're eating. He's a homeless guy. He used to be like a really famous cop, but he fucked up a job one day, so they fired him. So now he's homeless. And
is that the cockroach? Is he the cockroach?
Yeah, the cockroach dude. And no one and any person in the show could easily help him not be homeless. Like every single person has the means to not make this man homeless, but everyone refuses to help this man. They just keep him as a homeless dude the whole show. And he's like a fucking badass cop too. Like he's one of the stronger characters in the show, but no one helps him. They're all just like, "Nah, fuck you, go be home." So he's always like caught up in stupid shit during the whole thing because he's homeless. So he's just trying to like, I think his wife left him, his daughter left him. He has no money left, no home. He lives in the park with all the other homeless people. He's funny. I like him.
So, quick question.
What's up?
Is this the show that you can watch like Black Mirror? You can watch it starting on any episode, or no? Because something seems to me like this is so you. I feel like it seems like it could be watched.
You could watch all the non-story arc episodes in any order, but there are arcs.
But there is a actual.
There's a really badass storyline in it. Like the first 50 episodes are more of like, literally the first 50 episodes is this guy introducing every single like side character in the show. So it's all like episodic and who gives a shit. But then you hit the first arc where it's like a giant, like a war pretty much is starting. And there's like a demon sword and aliens. It's this whole cool thing. And then in between each arc, there's like 10 or so episodes that kind of like you can watch if you want or not. But like all the arcs are really fucking badass. And some of the best fighting in anime is in this show. Hands down.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's funny, bro?
What's up?
I was playing Destiny, big surprise, last week.
Big surprise, people playing it. What do you mean last week? 30 seconds before we started recording.
Facts.
You have 30 seconds to victory, Guardian. Keep it up.
Facts. we won that game, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
I was in a party chat with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and we were doing the raid, so it was like six
Right.
of us, maybe 7, 8, because there was more people there too. And
Right.
I was talking to one of the person I'd be talking to about anime and stuff. I'm actually want to get him as a guest on here.
Hell yeah.
Um, uh, and another person we were talking, and we were talking about anime, and then I mentioned I was like, oh well, next week we're doing Gintama, and he was like, oh okay, he was like, oh you're doing Gintama and he was like, yeah, he was like Gintama actually has some cold fighting scenes, and I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
so I've heard because Chris, you be saying that, so like so
Dude,
yeah,
some
I'm
of
just saying.
them. So like Gintoki Sakata, everyone calls him Gin. He
Mhm,
only uses a wooden sword throughout the whole show because
really.
his nickname's the white haired demon because before he like when you find out his past, he was like the I'm trying to think of another character like anime character. He was so deadly with a sword that he had to get rid of a sword and use a wooden sword, and he's still like one of the strongest fighters in the universe of Gintama, not just Earth. Because like I said, so there's aliens and shit. So the show takes place across all over the galaxy and stuff, and he's considered like the strongest swordsman in the entire universe, and he uses a wooden sword because he can't fight with a real sword anymore because he's just too powerful, and he's like I can't go back to that way of living. And then Kagura's like a super fucking strong alien. You know the little umbrella that you see her carrying around. So she's really pale skinned. So they need the umbrella because the sun they can't deal with it.
Mhm.
But the umbrella's also a machine gun, and it's also like a beating stick that they beat
Is that why
people
her
with.
dad had one?
Yeah, her dad had one. Well, her whole alien race has ones to
Got
block
it.
the sun, but they're all like guns and they beat the shit out of people with them. Shinpachi's just a really good swordsman. He's a human. Um, that the girl with the glasses who's all about trying to have sex with Gin the whole time. She's actually one of the greatest known female ninja assassins in the world. So there's that. The dude with the rocket launcher, the Santa with the rocket launcher that shows up, he's like the leader of the police force on Earth. Uh, like everyone in the show is like the master of something, and they're all dumb. Her dad is the strongest man in the universe, pretty much. The other Santa Claus, like the first one that showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like the strongest man in the whole universe.
So, why is this one of the best-selling animes in the world?
Um,
Why do people like this?
because
For
of the
the people
storyline.
who
The story it's like look at Deadpool. Why was Deadpool one of the greatest comic book movies of all time before like all like the final Avengers movies came out? Remember the success Ryan Reynolds when the trailer was accidentally leaked online and the world saw what an R-rated Deadpool movie could have been like, and then the world demanded it, so Sony caved and gave it, and it fucking blew out like box office numbers when it came out. It's the same thing. You have all the comedy, it's all jokes that people understand and love because like in Japan most of the jokes are for the Japanese people, so they hear
Mhm.
these jokes, they're like these jokes are fucking gold. Then you have some of the best storyline arcs of like side characters and everyone. Literally every single person that has a name in this show is important in some way or another, so the depth of every single person is phenomenal. Everyone has their own storyline and everything. There's no like if you look at like all the aliens this dude makes, it's not like Dragon Ball Z where there's like three types of aliens and he just renames them all, but they all fucking look the same. This dude has like 20 billion different types of aliens and shit, so everything looks different. The actual arcs and like the fighting and everything, if you're into just like, oh, I want to see badass fights and stuff, this show has them. Like it's just like an overall has everything anyone would ever want in a show packaged nice and neat like a little Christmas present. Here you go. Boom. It's really good.
Smooth fucking talker, bro.
Thank you.
Smooth. That
I
was
won.
real
I
smooth.
won the public speaking award twice in my school. Take that. I won it in
You're
kindergarten,
telling
bro.
me this now?
You ever seen a
Why would
6-year-old win the public speaking award? You're looking at him. Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna have to see a video of this.
If I can find one, I don't know if there's a video or not, but there's a picture.
Okay, so that's what Gintama is about.
It's
Why
so
why does
good. It's
why
so
does
good.
Brandon love it?
Same reason. I got him into Gintama. I was like,
okay.
I was
So it was
like,
you
dog,
first.
because I'll show you the scene that I showed him. I was like, yo, check out this fight scene, and it like blew his fucking mind. And he was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, dude, that's episode like 310. So imagine all the other crazy shit that's going on. Like the fights are insane. And also, teaser for anyone, the third movie that comes out in 2021 is the actual final end of the show. Yay. We're finally done after 10 years of Gintama telling us he's done. Oh, man.
Okay. And how many episodes are in this?
300 and something?
I don't know why I just asked you that.
367. Yeah, I know, right?
367.
It's so
Why?
good.
Why was it hard to find on 9 Anime? Like you sent me the link, but I was trying
Because
to find
there's
it.
so there's
Couldn't fucking-
Gintama.
Yeah, bro. There's like 80 Gintamas.
There's 80
bro.
because there's the original 4 seasons, and then they kept coming out with like a new season that would be repackaged as something else. Like if we go to the Gintama wiki, I'll tell you right now what they're all called.
This
There's
is like
all right,
What do you
anime.
start?
We got Gintama. We got Uranuki Gintama-san. Gintama with an apostrophe. Gintama with an apostrophe and kosen. Gintama with a degree symbol. Gintama with a period. Gintama Porori Hen. Gintama Shirogane no Tamashi Hen. And yeah. And then there's the live action. There's just a lot of fucking Gintama out there. It's so good. telling you.
And so you think so?
It's
you
worth
suggest
the
some-
watch. I'm telling everyone, watch it. You'll love it. Also, it's just so good. It's so
Where
good.
should they start? Like
start at the
start
beginning.
with episode 1.
If
Okay.
you can, I don't want to say suffer, but if you can make it through the beginning and make it to the first arc, then the rest of the show is cake. It's just like you have to decide for yourself when you're watching the beginning, like, do I want to watch a show that's like you know, like most animes will be like action, 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 comedy, action, 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 joke. You know, like that's normally the formula. This was
Yeah.
all like, here's 50 episodes of jokes. Now let's look at the badass shit. You know, but if you can get through that, then it's like imagine if Deadpool was a movie that was like an hour and a half of just him dicking around, just doing funny shit. And then the last 20 minutes, he was like, all right, cool, watch me fucking have this badass sword fight now. Like the whole hour and a half before that was just him doing stupid shit around the city, cracking jokes, fucking. Like, you know, when he goes to like the professor's mansion with Colossus and he's like, where are all the other X-Men? Like, imagine if an hour and a half of stupid shit like that. And then all of a sudden he's like, all right, cool, now let's get down to the fucking beatdown, dog. And it's like the best fight you've ever seen. If you can do that, imagine that for like the first however many episodes and then the arc for Gintama, then the rest of the show is cake and it only gets better. The fight scenes go way through the roof. And then the last like 4 arcs, there's no filler. And they kind of get rid of all the jokes. There's still jokes in them, but it's like, now here's the 4 greatest arcs of fighting you've ever seen. Boom. It's pretty dope.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. But in case anyone wants to know why the hell we watched these 2 episodes, it's a Christmas episode. Essentially, Kagura wants to believe in Santa, but Santa's never shown up for her. So her dad goes to surprise her as Santa, but Gintoki's also there. And then they have a fist fight because at first they both believe that they're both fake Santa Clauses because they can't recognize each other. But then they come to the conclusion that the other one must be the real Santa. So the only thing they can do is kill Santa Claus and take on his identity. So that's what they go to do. But then a girl shows up who's in love with Shinpachi's sister. She claims to be a Santa Claus. Then the head of the police shows up with a rocket launcher being like, no, I'm in love with the sister and I'm the real Santa Claus. Then a girl that's naked shows up being like, I'm Santa Claus, but only for Gin. And then Kagura's like, there's only one way to settle this. You'll all go through live action scenarios to determine which one is the real Santa, and we'll all rate you, and whoever wins is the real Santa, and the rest of you are just old perverts that are going to go to jail. So then they do the whole thing, and they all end up losing, and Kagura's like, I'm Santa Claus, fuck all you guys, and they're all like, they beat the shit out of her, and they're all like, fuck you, we're leaving, this is stupid. And then that's when Kagura reveals that the entire time she knew who they really all were and says, Merry last episode. because that was technically the last episode of season 4. Yay. And that's how it ends. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And even the third scenario, so the first scenario was the war, the dad dies, blah, blah, blah. The second one was they just beat the shit out of Shinpachi and whatever. But the third scenario is, like you said, it's like the whole sex thing, but then Kagura's, it turns into like making fun of slice of life. I'm a schoolgirl just trying to find love anime, and the other two dudes are like, everyone's a transfer student, like all the Santas are transfer students, and it's like this 10-15 minute like making fun of like all the slice of life animes and all that shit. It was pretty funny. It was good.
Oh, okay, so that's what that was. I was gonna say, because that's in like every show.
Yeah, exactly. That was them making fun.
Guys.
Yeah, it was them making fun of every fucking like high school. It was like, there's a new like transfer student, and then like all of a sudden each one starts showing up, and everyone's like, why the fuck are there so many transfer students? This doesn't happen. Why are there transfer students? And it's them going like trying to eat at a cafe and doing all this stupid crap. It was funny. There's a joke about Dragon Ball in it. That was great. This show does a lot of Dragon Ball jokes. Just so
I caught that. That
so
one
many.
I did catch.
There's a whole, oh god, dude, there's a whole episode where they make fun of One Piece, where they have to go find the, I forget what they call the fruit, but essentially it just makes your dick go from this to this, and they're trying to find that. And it's a crossover with another TV show that has nothing to do with One Piece. It's like another detective show, and they all go and they find the fruit, but this homeless dude who's like dying and wants to impress his wife, I forget who the hell he is, they give it to him, and he gets like a jackhammer for a dick, and they're all like, oh, well, at least he's happy. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I think it's called like the dick fruit or something. I forget what the fuck they called it. But see, look at you, you're dying. See,
nah, because all the gum fruits are like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They all have the names like.
So imagine watching an anime
funny.
where they make fun of One Piece, and that's the whole episode. It's like,
Nah,
what's this fruit's power? Oh, you just get a fucking massive ass dick and balls. It's like, oh, let's go get it. Like, see, you're dying.
No, that's funny.
But
yeah,
man,
so
it's pretty good.
I feel like this is a show that like you have to have the taste for it. Like you have to have the taste for that kind of comedy, like that South Park makes
Right.
fun of mad other shows type shit.
Right.
And then they also do have action in here as well.
Yes.
So, and the fact that this is one of the it's ranked the second best anime ever on myanimeWatchlist.com or myanimelist.com.
Yeah, it was one of those ones. Yeah.
So, and I've heard of this show like multiple times before now. So I already know this show is lit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big comedy person, but you know me. I like to stick more to my like fighting shit and like drama stuff.
After this is done, I'll send you the top 10 best Gintama fights, and you'll be like, "This is in that show."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like it's so good. It's so good. Like when I first started watching it, I thought it was just a comedy, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just suffer through this comedy. It'll be funny. I'll get some funny laughs out of it." And then by the end of it, I have all the feels. I'm like, "Oh my god, this is one of the best fighting anime I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit." Mm-hmm. Oh my god. And I like it because you know how in a lot of shows in general, not just anime, just in the world, they introduce a shit ton of people, and by the end of the show you're like, half these people are completely like Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, they're all like completely irrelevant. It's like, why? Like, I get they were there for season 1, but stop putting them in season 12. They have no fucking function anymore. But you keep trying to Gintama does this thing in the final couple arcs where they start like, oh, remember this dude we introduced you in like episode 7 way back like 12 years ago? Yeah, he's the strongest man in the universe. And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what?
Like, I forgot about him.
You're like, and he's just like secretly, it's like, and then you find out his backstory of he slaughtered 83 planets and just wanted a nice simple life. So he came to Earth to open a flower shop. But now that the Earth is going to get destroyed, he has to bring out his inner beast and save the planet. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, oh yeah, this is my name. And then you just see everyone cower in fear because they're like, oh, that's you? oh, I'm out. Fuck this. I'm out. I ain't fighting this war anymore. We're going home. It's great.
It's funny because that sounds exactly like a storyline of an exactly like it.
Yep. Yeah. No, this show is great because it literally introduces like every character that has a name in the show is important some way or another, which is dope. So.
Yeah, I feel like guys, if you're into, if anything that we mentioned here, you're into any of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, you like to watch comedies, mixed with fighting and, you know, stuff like that, good fights, then this is definitely a show that you should check out. Don't sleep on this. I want to stress, don't sleep on this, because this is one of the best-selling animes ever.
A good way to get into it is to watch the very first animated film, because the first animated film is just the first real arc of the show that they turned it into a movie, so it has more scenes.
Yeah.
So watch that, and if you're like, okay, I like this, then go to the show, then watch the show.
That's a very good tip. That was good.
So watch the first animated film. You'll go, oh shit, this was lit, this was fire. All right, let me watch the fucking show.
Because Made in Abyss does that too. Instead of watching the first 13 episodes, you can just watch the first movie.
Right, and go, damn,
and that kind of helps you. That kind of helps, you know, you don't have to click new episode every time. Just watch the whole thing all the way through. Just on like on some movie shit. Just set aside an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just see if you fuck with it or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's a good tip.
If you like the movie, then you have 146.8 hours of Gintama content to go watch afterwards. So there you go. I'll keep you busy for a while.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's a lot, but worth it. I'm telling you, man, it's worth it. But yeah.
So yeah, guys. So next week's episode, Chris.
What's up?
What do we have for next week's episode?
We're gonna do a year review. So it's the final episode of 2020, the most glorious of years ever to grace this planet. Best year, so good, great. It's a great year. Spent so much time outside, traveled the world. It was great.
This year, I'm not gonna lie. This year, fire. Can't front.
This year was actually all right. With everything going on, this year actually wasn't the worst year of my life, believe it or not. So,
you know, it's funny. So check this out. It's funny you say that. I've said that multiple times this year. I said, as shitty as this year has been,
right?
This year was a big year for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people accomplished a lot of goals.
I think it was a year where
all the time off and all the like able to focus on certain stuff and do certain things. Although staying home isn't all bad.
No.
Like you can focus
I
on
wish
shit.
I wish I could work from home. You kidding me? I wish I could be a mailman at home and just fucking open people's letters. Nah, you don't need this one. I'm gonna toss it for you. Next house. I'll let you know if you need it. Check came in. Come pick it up. I got it. It's right here for you. No, this year wasn't.
Yeah,
this, you know, it's terrible that so many people lost their lives to this.
That's what I mean by like.
And you know, I feel for those families and stuff. Unfortunately, the people running our country made it so. No matter how you want to look at it, they could have handled it much better. But to everyone that luckily have been safe through this whole thing, I feel like a lot of us did do a lot of moves to better ourselves, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at us. We started a fucking podcast.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
We started it this year?
Yeah, dude. We started in April, I think. End of March, early April.
Nice.
Dude, quarantine happened, and I was like, that's it. I'm starting a podcast. Now's the time. Now's the time.
Now or never. Like, there's literally no
Lawrence
better time.
has no excuse not to do it with me. He's sitting at home all day. He has the time. He's helping me.
Yeah, man. So I guess a recap of the year. How's that gonna look?
We'll do your top 3 animes we've seen this year and your top 3 least favorite. Let's do that.
So top. Oh,
So
our
what you
top
think
three
the
favorite-
top three that we watched? What were your top three, and then what were your bottom three that we watched this year? I think that's a good year end review. And then
Okay.
let's do.
Okay.
Did you watch any new things that came out this year? Did you watch anything new? I can't even remember what the hell came out this
What
year.
came out this? Yeah, bro, you asking me that, bro? What came out this year, bro? I don't know. I do not know at all. Did Demon Slayer come out this year?
No, I don't think so. I think it came out last
When
year.
you say come out, do you mean anime?
Yeah.
Like the anime? I think Demon Slayer.
No,
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer came out last year, didn't it? Yeah, it came out last year, April 6th to September 28th, 2019. Boom. The movie came out this year. What do you think we should do? What are your thoughts?
We could no, that's good. I would say I feel like least favorite is kind of like, but my least favorite someone might have really liked.
All right, so we'll just do our top three.
Yeah, because I don't want to make it sound like, oh, this was my least favorite.
Because we all know my least favorite's Attack on Titan, so it's fine.
Okay. I don't want the viewers to feel like, I mean, they might not feel like that. I don't want them to feel like I'm like downing anything, because what I might not see as my favorite, they might fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, I just don't want to make it sound like.
All right, we'll do our top three, and then what else? Should we do anything else?
We could do top three, and if we can't think of something right now,
how about top three, and then the favorite anime you've watched this year that we didn't cover? How about that? Because I got a couple that I watched this year that.
That's valid.
Yeah,
that's very valid. Okay, yeah, that's very valid. We could even do our favorite movie that we've seen this year, whether it's anime or normal.
I'm down. I'll do one of each. I'll help you out.
I don't even know that.
I don't think I've oh, that's a lie. I've actually seen a lot of anime movies this year.
Yeah,
that's a lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen a lot.
No, I meant like movies and like movie just in general. Like even.
Dude, I don't even remember the last movie I saw in theaters.
Yeah, man. I just thought I've been thinking of Interstellar, man.
I told you it was good, dog.
You know what's crazy, Chris? You know what's crazy? I've seen Interstellar before. I've seen it.
It was so good that you watched it. You tricked yourself into thinking you haven't seen it just so you could watch it again. That's how good it is. It was so
long ago. I just forgot that was the name. And now, but when I turned it on, I'm like, oh, okay, Matthew McConaughey. Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, this is the bookcase movie. Oh, this is the bookcase movie. Oh, that's exactly what I did.
I wish I had that with a movie. I wish there was a movie that was so good that I forgot I had seen it, went to watch it, and then halfway through had that reaction. Been like, ah!
Yo, I was like, yo, it's the bookcase movie. This movie's fire.
Facts.
Yo, that movie was. And then when I realized Christopher Nolan was the director, I said,
obviously. Lawrence got up and left the room.
I said, oh my God, like this dude makes the greatest movies ever, bro. I recently found out he made one of my favorite movies of all time,
The Dark Knight.
The
Prestige is fantastic.
And nobody knows about that movie.
Dude, it's nobody. What's his name? Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale.
Yeah, and the whole magicians thing, them going back
bro,
and forth.
Nobody knows about that movie because
I saw that movie. Dude, I saw the movie in fucking theaters. I took a girl on a date to see that movie. And she wanted to make out the whole time, and I was like, you shut your goddamn mouth and you let me watch this movie. Holy
Facts!
shit.
Nah, you got... Yo, Prestige is a movie where you gotta pay attention to everything.
Facts.
You have to
Otherwise, the ending will make no sense to you. Because
it's gonna make
if you miss
no
one
sense.
Thing, if you miss one thing, it ruins the whole movie. You gotta
You're gonna
attention.
Be like... As a matter of fact, Chris,
it's so good.
I've been saying to myself, I need to do a self-movie night. I have the
Godzilla. Oh,
I'm gonna watch it today.
So
That's
you're
what I'm
gonna, so your self movie day is gonna be Prestige, followed by Godzilla King of the Monsters, followed by Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and then those are the three greatest movies ever. What are you talking about?
I only own one of those. Oh, I might own Tokyo Drift.
I'm watching Tokyo Drift today.
I do own Tokyo Drift because I bought all 7 movies for $20. Holla at your boy.
I'm gonna come. I need you to understand I'm robbing you tonight so I can go watch all those movies.
I have everything. This right here is my life.
What is that? What is this, Lawrence? 1996? Goddamn.
Bro, you don't. Bro.
No, DVDs weren't around anymore. What is this? 2003?
Upside down? Why is it upside down?
Why is it upside down? Here you go, everyone. Here's a look at what 2005 was like for all us old people.
Oh, it's this way.
We couldn't just go on YouTube's and buy a movie for $1.99.
Why is it?
That's how old we are. He doesn't even know how it works anymore, and all it does is hold DVDs.
But anyway, I have the greatest. I'm sorry, I have one of the greatest movie collections of all time,
dude. I wish.
First page. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me, bro. Don't play with me, bro. I have everything, bro.
This is no longer one shot reviews. This is Lawrence showing us his DVD collection.
No, please don't play.
Oh my god!
Don't play.
Don't play.
Don't play. And you already know the greatest movie of all time.
Yeah, Godzilla King of the Monsters.
It's here. You already know it's here. Like,
dude, what do you mean? WALL-E is so much better. I'll die on that fucking hill, dog.
WALL-E.
Dude, the greatest love story of all time. I'll fucking fight everyone about that.
Chicho, WALL-E got a higher IMDb rating. Hold on, let me check Finding Nemo.
Dog, you don't think... dude, it's a movie that has like 6 words in it and it still made me cry like a bitch. The movie was fantastic.
Yo, WALL-E's rating is dumb high. WALL-E has like an 8.4 on I. No, WALL-E's fire. No, I seen that movie. WALL-E's very fire.
No, WALL-E's rating should be 17.6. That's how fucking good it is.
Oh, 8.1. Okay,
it's so good.
I'll take that. I'll take that for fun. I'll take that.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, I'm gonna have a thing. Come on, you know we from the beans, so you already know. You already know how. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo, I have everything. I have everything. Like, yo, Chris, from the ever want to have a night, bro? I got.
I mean, I'm about to close this and go watch fucking Tokyo Drift, so you already know what's up.
The Dark Knight and this is see through, like, cause I see through life, like I see through everything.
Yo,
like,
fun fact about the Dark Knight: I watched that in the community theater in Dedham, which is one of the first movie theaters I think in the country. It's really old. Wow. It only has 2 screens in it, and you can bring your own booze into the theater. It's nice.
What?
Yeah, it's great. I watched The Dark Knight Rises, the only film I watched in there. I went with my best friend Harry, and we were watching the movie, and these 2 old ladies sitting next to us were drinking wine, and they gave us some. And it was great. Because they just had their own bottles of wine that they're getting shit-faced to watching The Dark Knight Rises.
That sounds like the greatest shit ever.
Good times.
That sounds amazing. But yeah, guys, so that's what's happening there for that breakaway. But you know how we get about movies, watching anything in general. This is what we do over here. So
fuck yeah, dog.
Appreciate for tuning in. Chris, was there anything else that you wanted to let anyone know or anything? Did we cover everything?
No, we covered everything, man. That's about it. That's all I got. So yeah, stay tuned for the end of the year review next week, guys.
End of the year review next week, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in.
Woo, have a good one.
Take it easy.